Let's take a look at where that might take us. Those who have given up on their future are willing to settle in to a world where there is no healing. There's just maintenance of the disease. And experience plus a little bit of knowledge gives you freedom. But we have to have the right knowledge in the right area. We are culture based in evidence. And that's the important thing, because looking at where we're going today, we're living with counterfeit money made from nothing, which delivers counterfeit foods because that's how we function today. And so then what we need to realize is, how can we buy real foods that are alive, that have the ability to develop frequencies in them? How can we do that? Where is the mystery? And it's not a mystery, because you see, what we're going to talk about right now is my show and tell. This wonderful study right here about a thing called tensegrity. It is so absolutely amazing. We're going to follow through, and it's only because of the advent of quantum physics. Because you see, when I was in school, the collegiate environment, a cell was just kind of a bag that carried on. It had the mitochondria, it had the cytoplasm, the organelles, and the nucleus, and things of that nature. In other words, it was just kind of a bag that kept debris. And then suddenly, the advent of quantum physics, and they created this powerful set of microscopes that really delved into it. And when you understand this, you're going to perhaps see things a little bit different. But a little bit of history. Faraday, Galileo, Maxwell, they all come together. Faraday's discovery of electricity, Maxwell, the discovery of magnetism, put them together, and it came to be that we are an electromagnetic being. And Anthony Holland from Skidmore College in New York did some very interesting studies. You see, he looked at the human body as a professor of music, and saw the rhythms and saw the energy waves, the frequencies that are involved with music. And he said, gosh, if we could show a glass that's broken in the middle of a song, and a professional vocalist being able to hone in on that frequency that would shatter a glass. And then he saw the bridges outside of Tacoma, Washington, that the winds came up, and these are huge bridges that all at once the frequencies were such, and it destroyed that bridge. Then suddenly he just measured that and said, if that's the case, and he understood the world of frequencies, what about viruses? What about bacteria? Do they have a frequency? Fungus, things of that nature. And he, in his own little way, got the laboratories at the college, and they started to take pictures of cancer cells. And they showed that within certain frequencies, they could absolutely destroy cancer cells. And think about that in the world that we live, because of the impact of the viruses, and the way that we've approached it is simply to shut down a whole nation. What would happen if we took it upon ourselves to understand for the first time that we are living in a world of biophysics, these energy links? And my little tool right here, built by my son, and I'm telling you that this is the most interesting, see, because there are no attachments. It's all done by tension. So we got this little thing wiggling, and we got that wiggling, and this demonstrates that when we opened up this cell, and all at once we saw, or they saw, that there was a matrix of connections, and it turned the body from a biochemical viewpoint into it transformed it into a information center. So that given, if you touch your skin like this, try it, your whole body, all 60 to 100 trillion cells, feels that pressure. And it looks at it, and it converts that shock, that immediate shock, into, is it a destruction, or is it for information, so that your body can build whatever it needs to build around that design. Think about that on the emotional side. That If your emotions are driven by frequencies, and we've been around people that actually have such bad attitudes, you just want to walk away from them because that frequency that they give off is so negative. So we do understand that. And think about all of the inventions from the microwave to the MRIs to the cell phones. All of these things are built on this technology and the ability to build. So as we look at this thing, and it's kind of flopping around, and you can see it moving continually, nothing is attached. It's all based on tension. It's all based on the ability of the body to move information amongst this network of liquid cells. They're liquid crystals that make up this matrix of the body. Once we understand that, we can eat, listen to, look at things that will not destroy this, because when this frequency is destroyed from such things as toxins in the body, wrong foods, things that are highly processed, that are dead, that we cannot create into a frequency, then suddenly you get the breakdown of the cell. Suddenly you get the breakdown of tissue. And the thing that I would like for you to understand is simply this, that we agree that we're made up of atoms. That's an Einstein theory of relativity. Once you've accepted that, and you accept the fact that the atom is only 1% mass, then as you look down at yourself, you're 1% mass, 99% frequencies. If we treated the body along these lines and began to eat foods that would increase your immune system, and that's the key to it, is if you eat pertaining to building your immune system rather than compromising it. And the foods that do that are your sugars, your processed foods, your fast foods. All of those compromise this system. If you begin to eat to build up, you begin to eat real foods. Take vitamins that are made organically. And that's exactly where we at Nefesh have come into play. We brought into this world a product that delivers oxygen, nutrients to the cell, expands the vasodilation, and those are the things that bring about this performance gift that you could absolutely have.